Imagine living a life where you're not dependent on anyone else for your happiness, your success, or your financial security. A life where you're the master of your own destiny. Sounds too good to be true? Well, it's not. And today, I'm going to share with you the secret to achieving this kind of freedom. It's a philosophy that's been around for centuries, and it's called Stoicism. Point 1. The power of self-awareness. The first principle of Stoicism is self-awareness. It's the ability to understand your own thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. When you have self-awareness, you can't be manipulated by others. You can't be controlled by your emotions. And you can't be swayed by external circumstances. So, how do you develop self-awareness? Well, it starts with introspection. Take time to reflect on your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Ask yourself questions like, what am I grateful for? What am I afraid of? What am I proud of? And don't worry if you discover that you're more messed up than you thought. That's just part of the process. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Point 2. The danger of external validation. The second principle of Stoicism is the danger of external validation. When you rely on others for your self-worth, you're giving them the power to control your happiness. You're essentially saying, I'm not good enough unless you approve of me. But the truth is, you are enough, regardless of what others think. So how do you stop seeking external validation? Well, it starts with focusing on your internal strengths and weaknesses. Ask yourself questions like, what are my values? What am I proud of accomplishing? Point 3. The importance of living in the present. The third principle of Stoicism is the importance of living in the present. When you're living in the past, you're dwelling on regrets. When you're living in the future, you're worrying about uncertainties. But when you're living in the present, you're focused on what you can control. You're focused on taking action. So how do you start living in the present? Well, it starts with mindfulness. Practice being present in the moment. Focus on your breath, your surroundings, and your thoughts. Point 4. The power of indifference. The fourth principle of Stoicism is the power of indifference. When you're indifferent to external events, you're not controlled by them. You're not swayed by opinions, criticism, or praise. You're free to focus on what matters most to you. So, how do you develop indifference? Well, it starts with accepting that some things are outside of your control. Practice letting go of attachment to specific outcomes. Focus on what you can control and let go of the rest. Point 5. The importance of self-discipline. The fifth principle of Stoicism is the importance of self-discipline. When you have self-discipline, you're able to control your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. You're able to stay focused on your goals even when faced with obstacles. So how do you develop self-discipline? Well, it starts with setting clear goals and priorities. Practice creating a schedule and sticking to it. Focus on building positive habits and eliminate negative ones. Point 6. The freedom of living a simple life. The sixth and final principle of Stoicism is the freedom of living a simple life. When you're living a simple life, you're free from the burdens of material possessions. You're free from the stress of keeping up with the latest trends. You're free to focus on what truly matters to you. So how do you start living a simple life? Well, it starts with letting go of attachment to material possessions. Practice minimalism. Focus on what adds,